Dracula.
It's interesting how vampires are always a symptom. You know, they always demonstrate something that's going on in our culture with science. And you could say the same thing about the Victorian period as now, in that vampires always reflect some kind of cultural sea change in science. Today, vampire fiction is more about pursuing eternal youth and beauty and having an amazing sex life forever, you know, and those are the things that science is talking about today, preserving and improving human life. And we can see particularly changes about our attitudes towards psychology. And you see this in Dracula, for example, because he has high intelligence, but he lacks a soul. So he's a symptom of this Victorian fear that people are creatures of instinct and reflex and not controlled primarily by God. Well, what I noticed about Twilight is the vampires there, they aren't sure if they have souls, they don't really care if they have souls, nor do their victims really care if their souls get taken away. So I almost feel like we've reached a point where we don't take the soul for granted anymore. We don't take this extra physical realm of existence for granted anymore, and we are okay with science only talking about the physical. There has been a significant change from the Victorian period, when people still clung to this idea of a soul and still took it for granted pretty much, and scientists were almost alone in undermining that, versus now when we've accepted that science doesn't deal with the soul. We're okay with that. That's why I study vampires, and I think they're an important reflection of what's going on in popular culture and perception of science at any given time.